This video is brought to you by Answerly, a question platform that pays you for adding high-quality answers on different questions. The users are rewarded in Answerly tokens, which they can easily convert into dollars or any other cryptocurrency by using one of the exchanges mentioned in the description.
Hello and welcome to our YouTube channel. In today's video, we'll be talking about the top 10 multiplayer games for Android. Android gaming has been steadily getting better. Before, we had simple puzzle games and we could invite our Facebook contacts to be our friends in games. Multiplayer games used to mean just leaderboards. There are now a ton of games that support actual multiplayer play, including real-time co-op or PvP. In fact, most games these days have some sort of multiplayer element in it. If you're looking for something new to play with your friends, here are the top 10 best Android multiplayer games that you should try out. PUBG New State. PUBG New State is a futuristic battle royale game that is set in 2051 and is claimed to offer a similar gaming experience that PUBG Battlegrounds offers on PC and consoles. The company has highlighted that the gunplay and game mechanics will be on par with the PC version. The game is also currently offering 3 maps: Troy, Erangel 2051, Station Beta. Users also have access to a training ground which allows them to try out the weapons in the game and improve their aim. As the game is set in the future, players will be able to access modern cars, including electric vehicles in the game. Another change is the introduction of a drone store that allows users to purchase various items including flare guns, a scout drone, medkit, deployable shield, and more. Before we go on to the next exciting game on the list, like this video, smash that subscribe button, and click that notification bell right now, or you'll never find anyone to play with in your multiplayer games. Suspects Mystery Mansion. Much like Among Us, Suspects Mystery Mansion draws influence from social deduction games such as Mafia and Werewolf. It puts you alongside 9 other players who are tasked with solving a recent murder. The catch is there will be killers amongst the group looking to put a stop to the investigation by taking out the other players one by one. The game is split into a series of rounds, during which investigators will look to carry out various tasks whilst the killers look to murder folks without being spotted. In between rounds, those who are still alive will have to discuss who could possibly have committed these heinous crimes. You'll be able to chat with one another using the voice chat feature, where it'll be important to ask useful questions like where was the body found or which task did the other players do. From there, you'll need to use your social deduction prowess to determine who's acting the most suspicious before voting on who should be eliminated. Lineage W. Lineage W is the 5th major title in the hugely popular Lineage franchise of MMO games. It borrows the design elements from the first 2 Lineage games and reinvigorates them for the modern MMO standards. Lineage W will focus considerably on the story elements in the form of 4 main storylines that players can access, which vary depending on the character they choose. These classes in turn focus on the typical fantasy character archetypes such as Lord, Knight, Mage, and Fairy, with each of them having not only a unique storyline to explore but also a whole host of unique abilities and stats, which will also make them play very differently from each other. Pokemon Unite. Pokemon Unite's premise will be instantly recognizable to anyone who has so much as glanced at a MOBA in the last 10 years. 2 teams of 5 players, 2 symmetrical lanes littered with auto-defending towers, and a jungle full of neutral enemies, filling the space in the middle and around the edges. Each player takes control of a single Pokemon from a decent roster of 21, including favorites like Greninja and Garchomp, that get stronger as the match goes on. You'll clash along the lanes, killing your opponents and pushing toward enemy towers until one team has been driven back to their base, forced to watch helplessly as their towers fall. Call of Duty Vanguard. Call of Duty Vanguard takes place during World War II, however this game is leaning on Call of Duty Modern Warfare in more ways than one. Vanguard will be running on an updated version of the Modern Warfare engine, which Warzone also runs on, and the campaign will focus on the early iterations of Special Forces. The campaign follows 4 different characters, each fighting in battles where a small group or single person turn the tide. Tomb Raider Reloaded 2022. Tomb Raider Reloaded is an upcoming free-to-play mobile game similar to Tomb Raider 1996 and Tomb Raider Anniversary. Lara Croft is accosted by mercenary Larson Conway in Calcutta, India, at the request of his boss, Natla. Natla informs Lara that she has found the city of Vilcabamba, the resting place of the legendary Atlantean Scion. Tempted by the thrill of another adventure, Lara travels to Peru. Tomb Raider Reloaded is a top-down action-adventure shooter. The player controls Lara's movement, but she shoots enemies automatically when stationary. The player progresses through the different stages in each chapter, gaining character level rewards the player with the choice of one of 3 passive skills. The character level restarts each playthrough. The game has a gear system. Items can be leveled up with manuals and upgraded with 3 of the same item type. Gears have 5 rarity types: common, uncommon, rare, epic, and legendary. Diablo Immortal 2022. Diablo Immortal is bringing the world's premier action role-playing game series Diablo to mobile devices. Built from the ground up, Diablo Immortal will introduce new abilities and techniques not yet seen in a Diablo game. While 6 familiar classes will be present: Barbarian, Demon Hunter, Monk, Necromancer, Crusader, and Wizard, with the Witch Doctor notably absent at this stage, they'll be able to work together in all new ways. Abilities will be able to be combined to make cross-class cooperative play more exciting. A wizard, for instance, will be able to freeze a foe with ice crystals before firing a beam called the Ray of Frost into the crystal. When used individually, the Ray of Frost and ice crystals can only take down one baddie, but if the ray is fired at the crystal, it fragments the beam so it can hit multiple enemies. The other big change for the game will be the amount of players who can team up together. Previously, this is topped out at 4 for Diablo 3, but footage of Diablo Immortal shows as many as 10 players banding together to battle foes. Star Wars Hunters 2022. Star Wars Hunters is an arena battler that pits teams of villains against one another sometime after the events of Return of the Jedi. The game is a third-person arena shooter with some mild Overwatch vibes. Hunters will feature a diverse cast of characters from all edges of the galaxy, battling it out in front of a rabid crowd. Other than the playable characters such as a dark side warrior named Reeve, as well as a Mandalorian named Arantal, not much else is known in regards to the other characters that would be available in the game. Little Devil Inside 2022. Set in a somewhat Victorian world, you'll set off into the wilderness on research assignments at the behest of a university professor. Though the critters and beasts of Little Devil Inside are more extraordinary than those in the real world, many of which are supernatural, you'll talk with residents and roam around towns to find more information on your mission. Billy, the name given by the narrator, encounters all kinds of dangers like an octopus-infested indoor pool and a mechanical contraption that chases him through a tunnel. To survive in the wild, Billy will have to fish, cook, and struggle through blizzards. Hogwarts Legacy 2022. Always wondered what life would be like if the owl carrying your Hogwarts letter didn't get lost while on its way to you? Well, Hogwarts Legacy is looking like it should be your chance to find out. Hogwarts Legacy is an open-world adventure that will take players into the Harry Potter universe, allowing them to explore within and beyond the castle walls of the famous magical school. While many of the locations in Hogwarts Legacy will be familiar to fans of the series, familiar faces will be few and far between. That's because rather than delving into the timeline of the books and films, Hogwarts Legacy will take players back to the 1800s to tell its own story within the magical world. Well, there you have it, 10 multiplayer games for your Android that you're sure to enjoy. Which of these games would you recommend to your friends? Let us know your thoughts down in the comment section below.
If you like this video, make sure to smash the like button and subscribe to this channel. To learn more about Answerly and Answerly tokens, check out the links in the description.